Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack. Back for another album reaction / review. We are back live from the studio. Yo, we are back for another T Swift reaction here on the channel. We've done a couple. We've done Midnight when that came out, and we've done Evermore, the follow-up to my favorite Taylor Swift record, Folklore. But I have never checked out her latest work, The Tortured Poets Department. One that I've kind of been really intrigued by, but to be completely honest with you, when I found out it was a double album, I was incredibly intimidated and was like, that is a lot of songs. Been meaning to check this one out for a while. Very, very keen. I think I'm going to break this one up into a couple of sessions. It's a bit like, if I listen to the anthology, it's like 2 hours and 2 hours really. That's a long, long session. The last thing I want is to be sitting here an hour and a half in, and I'm kind of like, I'm not focused anymore because it's just too long of a sitting or too long of a session for me. Generally, I would kind of want to break something up like this, so that's what we're going to do for this one. So I will try to keep the same shirt for the second half. Very keen to dive into this one. Really enjoyed. My favorite era of Taylor Swift is that Folklore Evermore era. Midnights, there were songs that I really enjoyed, and there were songs that just didn't really hit me. Some of the really overly poppy stuff didn't grab me. But in saying that, I'm very keen to hear what she has to say on this record. She's very well known for just being able to tell a fantastic story, and she's able to songwrite really well and connect to her fans in that way, just by the way she builds her stories in the songs. So let's get into it. This is the Tortured Poets Department by probably the biggest pop star in the world still, Taylor Swift. This track I have heard. I only heard it once. Very keen to hear it though, again with headphones. I love my boy Posty, so you know.
I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic. All of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. And for a fortnight there we were, forever running to you. Sometimes ask about the weather, now you're in my backyard. Turn into good neighbors, your wife waters flowers. I wanna kill her. All my mornings are Mondays stuck in an endless February.
I like that harmony from Posty.
I took the miracle move on drug, the effects were temporary. And I love you, it's ruining my life. I love you, it's ruining my life. The mail
I hear that synth kind of getting just rising a bit at times.
is cheating. I wanna kill him. I love you. It's ruining my life. I love you. It's ruining my life. I touched you.
I can't remember if Posty has the verse on this or not. I hope he does.
I touched you.
Oh yeah. Really nice, like synth work as well. It's a solid track. It's a solid intro to the album, and I love Posty. I feel like T Swift, when she collabs, they're always really banger collabs. All right, let's go into the next track. Tortured Poets Department. So, title track here. I got the lyrics up too, to kind of help follow the story.
Typewriter at my apartment, straight from the Tortured Poets Department. I think some things I never said. Chelsea Hotel. We're modern idiots, and who's gonna hold you like me? Nobody, no fucking body, nobody. But you awaken with dread, pounding nails in your head. But I've read this one.
Now, I wonder who she's singing about here. I know that they had a bit of a fling, her and Maddie Healy. Is this track about Maddie?
Who's gonna hold you like me? Who's gonna hold you? And sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. At dinner you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one. People put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Who's gonna hold you?
Yeah, it's got that kind of lo-fi feel.
Me?
An extension of that Midnight sound.
Who's gonna know?
And again, nice lyricism. A very intense connection.
Who's gonna hold you? Gonna know?
Very intense, very passionate time spent together based on these lyrics. It's very evident. Really kind of like at a deep level of understanding. You know, who else decodes you? Like I understand you better than anyone. So a very intense connection between the two of them there.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
The voices in his head called the rain to end our days of wild. The sickest army doll purchased at the mall. Rivulets descend my plastic smile. But you should have seen him when he first got me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Yeah, a lot of synth work. You can hear it very evident in the background of these tracks so far.
Puzzle pieces in the dead of night. I should've known it was a matter of time. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. There was a litany of reasons why we could have played for keeps this time. I know I'm just repeating myself with me, because I knew too much. There was danger in the heat of my touch. He saw forever, so he smashed it up.
So this guy, he got scared. He self-sabotaged. Self-sabotage.
Once I fix me,
Very much here in the bridge as well.
he's gonna miss me.
He self-sabotaged it. She's going to go off. She's going to find herself. She's going to work through stuff. And he's going to regret that decision that's pushing her away.
Just say when I play again, he was my best friend. Down at the Sandlot, I felt more when we played pretend than with all the cans, 'cause he took me out of my box.
Kind of talking about like, you know, he's going to regret it, that, you know, she'll be better off without him. But in the outro there, like she really feels like she'll still turn to him. She still will fall back into his arms. Okay. Each track so far has had this really moody lo-fi kind of synth work.
Did you really beat me up in a cloud of sparkling dust, just to do experiments on? Tell me I was the chosen one. Showed me that this world is bigger than us, then sent me back where I came from. For a moment
very kind of like dark place that Taylor's in.
Forget if I can't have him.
You know, she can't have him. It's just like
Did
it's
you
not worth
take
it.
all
Very
my
kind
old
of
clothes
negative space.
just to leave me here naked and alone in a field in my same old town that somehow seems so hollow now? They'll say I'm nuts if I talk about the existence of you. Now I'm down bad crying at the gym. Everything comes
it's a
out
good song.
teenage
Good song.
petulance.
Very
Forget
good.
if I can't have him. I might
Very like
just
late
die,
night
it would make
driving.
no
Very moody.
difference. Down
Very
bad looking
emotive.
up in blood. Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Forget if I can't have us. I might just not get up, I might stay down bad like I lost my
Good line, like I lost my
Forget if I
twin.
can't have him. Down bad, waving at this ship. Forget if I can't have
Almost feels like you lost that other half.
I loved your hostile takeovers, encounters closer and closer. All your indecent exposures. How dare you say that it's? 'Cause fuck it, I was in love. So fuck you if I can't have us.
Bang. Bang. Again, those lo-fi kind of sims. That low-key beat, that drum beat in the back.
Fuck it, I was in love. Now I'm
Down
down
bad,
bad, crying at the
yeah.
gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him. I might just die, it would make no difference.
Yeah, really good track. Really moody once again. Just loved her tone on that song, and very candid, very raw. All of these songs have been. Yeah, so first 4 tracks, very candid, very in this very vulnerable state. Taylor's been very transparent with the listener, and some of these statements are in the throes of a very intense and sad breakup, and the feelings she's expressing are in the heat and the real struggle for what can feel like an intense pain, like your heart is crushing into a billion pieces when you go through these emotions. So she's being very real on this album so far, and it's very candid, and I'm wondering if it's the most candid I've heard her, potentially. Okay, Taylor. What you got here, man?
I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away.
Oh, shit.
My spine split from carrying us up the hill. Wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill. I stopped trying to make him laugh, stopped trying to drill the safe.
Damn.
Thinking, how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? Oh, the tragedy. So long, London. You'll find someone. I didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I found at the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath. For so long, London, stitches undone, 2 graves, 1 gun. I'll find someone.
Kind of a
And you
uplifting
say I
line there.
abandoned the ship, but that it isn't right to be scared every day.
It's a good song.
Every breath feels like rarest air when you're not sure if he wants to be there.
The bridges are always so real, man.
Think I
So real.
had, did you think I had in me? How much tragedy? You swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar waiting for the proof. You sacrifice us to the gods of your bluest days. And I'm just getting color back into my face. I'm just mad as hell 'cause I loved this place for so long.
Very good. I like that. Very smart play of words.
A good run.
That was a good ass track, man. I really love that song. That might be my favorite. Very good songwriting.
I forget how the West was won. I forget
Okay,
if this
give
was
me
ever
some
fun. I just
Speak
learned
Now,
these people
Fearless
only
era a little
raise
bit.
you to cage you, to hire a horse for a simple girl to rise above it. They slammed the door on my whole world, the one thing I wanted. Now I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby.
Very most
No, I'm not,
upbeat
but you should
track.
see your faces. Dutiful daughter, all my plans were laid, tendrils tucked into a woven braid. Growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all. He was chaos, he was revelry, bedroom eyes like a remedy. Soon enough, the elders had convened.
Romeo and
Protested too
Juliet-esque.
much. Lord
Paying that is in the way
knows
she's writing the lyrics as well. It feels like very
we never
Shakespearean at times.
screeching tires
The
of true
situation.
love. I'll tell you something right now. I'd
Talking
rather
about
burn
Maddie
my
Healy
whole
again.
life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning. I'll tell you something about my good name. It's mine alone to disgrace. I don't cater to all these vipers dressed in.
I like that. I like that. She can write her own story. Doesn't need anyone else telling her what to do.
Judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me, sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see. Undo the destiny. You ain't gotta pray for me. Me and my wild boy and all this wild joy. If all you want is great for me. There's a lot of people in town that I bestow upon my fakest smiles. Scandal does funny things to pride, but brings lovers closer. Now I'm dancing in my dress in the sun, and even my daddy just loves him. I'm his lady, and oh my God, you should see your faces. If all you want is great for me, then it's just white noise. It's my choice. Screaming, but daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby.
Yeah, very much. I think the most upbeat track on the album so far. Very much telling, anyone who's trying to like tell her what to do and like tell her to live her life. She's like, let me live my own life. Do your own thing. Right? I don't need you telling me how to live my life. Just kind of like, and then the situation of her, this like long lost love and kind of like the Shakespearean element of it. Well, like you should see all your faces, telling me what to do and who I should and shouldn't love. Very much kind of gave a little bit of that earlier Taylor Swift eras. So you're kind of getting that fearless Speak Now vibe, I think, on that track as well. She's not rushing through these tracks, I've found, and she's kind of giving each its space to breathe and the story elements to really sit in. Ooh, yeah, okay. Back to that kind of lo-fi acoustic guitar, moody elements as well.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you.
Good tone. Good tone.
Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be too. Fresh out the slammer, another summer taking cover, rolling thunder. He don't understand me. Gray and blue and fights and tunnels, handcuffed to the spell I was under. For just 1 hour of sunshine. Now, pretty baby, I'm running back.
Got a bit of a Lana Del Rey feel on this chorus.
Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be too. Fresh out the slammer, camera flashes, welcome bashes, get the matches, toss the ashes off the ledge. As I said in my letters, now that I know better,
Oh man, she's in her bag on this album. In her bag right now.
My friends tried, but I
Her flow, the pockets of flow she's sitting in.
Disappearing for just 1 glimpse of his smile. Now, pretty baby, I'm running.
Ooh, a bit of a
To the
beat
house,
switch.
still wait up in that porch like leaves. To the one who says I'm the girl of his American dreams. And no matter what I've done, it wouldn't matter anyway. Ain't no way I'm gonna screw up now that I know what's at stake here. At the park where we used to sit on children's swings, wearing imaginary rings.
Stranger Things Sims.
But it's gonna be alright, I did my time.
Next track I'm super keen to hear. Florence and the Machine and Taylor Swift on a song together. Here we go.
You can beat the heat if you beat the charges too. They said I was a cheat, I guess it must be true. Little did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin. Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, can I use you?
The hurricane with my name when
Yeah.
it came. I got drunk and I dared it to wash me away. Barricaded in the bathroom with a bottle of wine. Well, me and my ghost, we had a hell of a time. Yes, I'm haunted, but I'm feeling just fine. All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions here. So I did my best to lay to rest all of the bodies that have ever been on my body, and in my mind they sink into the swamp.
I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida.
Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable.
At least the dolls are beautiful. Fuck me up, Florida.
I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
I got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida.
Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable. What a crash, what a rush, fuck me up, Florida. It's one hell of a drive. It's one hell of a drive. Love loves me like this, so I don't want to exist. So take me to Florida. Did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in? So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin, Florida. Gone from me.
very interesting collab, that's for sure. I feel like Taylor Swift, though, she's in a bag on this record. I'm getting a lot of the things I'm liking, this broody, kind of moody vibe that's very, very raw, very vulnerable. But it's getting those like lo-fi synths, those the lo-fi elements of Midnights I really loved. Some of the tracks off of Midnights I didn't like were the ones that I didn't feel like the instrumentation grabbed me. I didn't feel like there was enough effort in some of the instrumentation, and her stories that she tells in her songs are so powerful and so vulnerable. And I just felt like some of the tracks on that record just didn't have the instrumental prowess needed to pay respect to the story she was trying to tell. But I'm getting that on this record, that the instrumentation is wrapping around the songs a lot more and giving the stories a pedestal to sit on. I've only got time for one more track in this session, and then next time I can record, I'll do a bit more of the album. But I'm really liking it. It's been really good. Okay.
Drowning in the blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights. I hadn't heard it in a while, my boredom's bone deep. This cage was once just fine. Am I allowed to cry? He's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad or mad or wise? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy talk, lip kiss. How I long for our tryst without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty as sin? These fatal fantasies, giving way to labored breath, taking all of me. We've already done it in my head. If it's make believe,
Oh, that's a hi-hat.
why does it feel like a vow we'll both uphold somehow? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die.
Yeah, another banger, bro. Another banger.
What if I roll the stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway. What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly. I choose you and me religiously. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die.
Yo, let's go, T Swift. And that last little bit's very love story.
I hadn't heard it in a while.
Will you belong with me? One of the two. It's that instrumentation.
Am I allowed to cry?
Bang. Guilty as Sin. Very good song again. Super catchy. I'm loving this record so far. I was unsure where she would go after Midnights, but I feel like it's just refined Midnights in a really nice way. Incredibly vulnerable so far. Incredibly vulnerable. Alrighty. So we're going to continue on. As you can see, the shirt has changed, so this is a different day. First 9 tracks I have listened to over and over. I've genuinely loved the first 9 songs of Tortured Poets. So Long London, I reckon, could be one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. I love Guilty as Sin. I love Fortnight. I've just loved playing the first 9 songs over and over again. I just couldn't wait till I got another Oppo to keep this album going.
The who's who of who's that is poised for the attack, but my bare hands paved their paths. You don't get to tell me about sad. If you wanted me dead, you should have just said. Nothing makes me feel more alive. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me?
Yeah, she belted that.
You should be.
It's giving me a bit of Phoebe Bridgers vibes, Punisher.
Is it a wonder I broke? Let's hear one more joke. Then we could all just laugh until I cry. So tell me everything is not about me. But what if it is? Then say they didn't do it to hurt me. But what if they did? I wanna snarl and show you just how disturbed this has made me. You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. Isn't that what they all said? That I'll sue you if you step on my lawn. That I'm fearsome and I'm wretched and I'm wrong. Put narcotics into all of my songs. And that's why you're still singing along. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? Well, you should be, you should be, you should be. 'Cause you lured me, and you hurt me, and you taught me. So who's afraid of me? Who's afraid of little old me?
That song there kind of had a couple of different eras blended into one, and it's been really exciting. A couple of tracks on this album have kind of really felt like they've blended different eras of Taylor's music. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me was a very empowering song, and it's just like, well, mate, you should be freaking scared of me, because who I am now is because of the bullshit you put me through. So you should be afraid. And it's a very empowering song, that she can recognize, yeah, I'm going to be scary. I've noticed a fair few tracks on this album have been quite long in length. So you're kind of getting a more expanded, that Evermore style, longer tracks, which I enjoy. It feels like she's letting the song sit with the listener. And for some of her storytelling pieces, that's really important. But it's just as important for the instrumentation to back that. And I found that it's been consistent on this record at times. I felt like on Midnights, I'd longed for a little bit more depth in the instrumentation. I feel like Jack and Taylor and whoever else produced this album really have tried to allow the instrumentation to really expand her storytelling, and it's really noticeable so far on the first 10 songs of this record. So I can fix him. No, really, I can. Oh, man. How many people have said that?
The smoke cloud billows out his mouth like a freight train through a small town. The jokes that he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud. They shake their heads saying, God help her, when I tell him he's my man. But your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him, no, really I can. And only I can. Good boy, that's right. Come close, I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel all night. Trust me, I can handle me a dangerous man. They shook their heads saying, God help her, when I told them he's my man.
Taylor diving into the idea that sometimes, you know, you can see someone, you'd be like, oh, I can fix him. Like they've clearly got a lot of work to do, you know, internally and stuff to kind of get through. And you're kind of like, oh, yeah, I'll be his savior. I'll fix him. I know I can. But really, there's just so much deplorable behavior occurring. But you're just so like, yeah, no, I'll fix him. I'll fix him. I'll fix her. Like, it's easy. Like, come on. When you're stuck in that toxic ideology that you can fix someone, when really a lot of that fixing needs to come from within them. Okay, nice, like, softer ballad here, piano driven.
Who's gonna stop us from waltzing back into rekindled flames? If we know the steps anyway, we embroidered the memories of the time I was away. Stitching, we were just kids, babe. I felt a glow like this, never before and never since. If you know it in one glimpse, it's legendary. You and I go from one kiss to getting married, still alive, killing time at the cemetery, never quite buried. You said I'm the love of your life, about 1,000,000 times. Who's gonna tell me the truth when you blew in with the winds of fate and told me I reformed you? You shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles. I wish I could unrecall how we almost had it all. Dancing phantoms on the terrace, are they secondhand embarrassed that I can't get out of bed? Cause something counterfeit's dead. It was legendary, it was momentary. Our field of dreams engulfed in fire. Your arsons match your somber eyes, and I'll still see it until I die. You're the loss of my life.
That was a very interesting song. I was trying to work out if it was like Taylor was in a more somber, sad place where she reflects on, you know, a short-term fling, someone that brought a lot of good at first, and then it kind of ended very suddenly. But also there was elements where I thought at times she was talking about like love bombing and how this person, you know, saying you're the love of my life, like really like intensely, just a very kind of overpromised a lot of things, and then for her to then be stripped of all of those promises and feels like she's has a huge hole, and then obviously says at the end of the song, it's the loss of my life. So a lot of different emotions. Oh, okay. More synthy.
I can read your mind.
It's got a bit of Midnight's feel, this one.
She's having the time of her life. Cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you wanna die. He understood as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning, I was hitting my marks, 'cause I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so depressed I act like it's my birthday every day. I'm so obsessed with him but he avoids me like the plague. I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence I didn't imagine the whole thing. I'm sure I can pass this test, 'cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera,
this, like,
bitch, smile,
pre-chorus.
in stilettos for miles. He said he loved me for all time. I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. You know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart. You know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart.
I love that line, man. Super empowering. Super empowering to the listener. Like, man, all this shit's going on. Oh, we can do it all with a broken heart. And a really nice shift. Very real song. Very real track by Taylor. I love the kind of high intensity synth work. Very Midnight's feeling to it. And I think we're getting like a lot of different, like the wave that Taylor's going through. You're feeling that on each track. Like you're getting highs, you're getting lows, you're getting highs instrumentally masked with quite low lyricism to reflect just how she's actually feeling.
Was any of it true? Gazing at me starry-eyed in your Jehovah's Witness suit. Who the fuck was that guy? And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived?
Yo, this is about Matty Healy. Like, shit.
You hung me on your wall, stabbed me with your push pins, in public showed me off, then sank in stoned oblivion. You didn't measure up in any measure of a man. And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed?
Very like Taylor progression here with that piano.
Sleeper cell spy. In 50 years will all this be declassified, and you'll confess why you did it, and I'll say good riddance, 'cause it wasn't sexy once, it wasn't forbidden. I would have died for your sins, instead I just died inside. And you deserve prison, but you won't get time. You'll slide into inboxes and slip through the bars. You crashed my party and your rental car. You said normal girls were boring, but you were gone by the morning. lights, but you're still performing. And in plain sight you hid, but you are what you did. And I'll forget you, but I'll never forgive the smallest man who ever lived.
Bruh. Taylor just went bang, man. Taylor just said how she felt there. It's like just like the pure emotion pouring out of that song. It's so like it just didn't feel artificial at all. It felt so natural, like that emotion and lyricism, the way she delivered some of those lines, and how it just kind of like the passion kind of grew as the song's instrumentation evolved. And we had that bridge where it started, the heavy piano came in, and almost like she rose to the occasion, was like, you know what, like, nah, we're getting it all out now. So smallest man who ever lived, like, damn.
This happens once every few lifetimes.
I'm going like more like bedroom pop feel, real low key, lo-fi.
These chemicals hit me like white wine. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Hey you, what if I told you we're cool? That child's play back in school is forgiven under my rule. I haven't come around in so long. These blokes swarm the benches, we've been on a winning streak. He jokes that it's heroin, but this time with an E. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Shirts off and your friends lift you up over their heads. Beer sticking to the floor, cheers chanted cause they said there was no chance. Trying to be the greatest in the league, where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me. Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut him from the tee. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause
talk about that man from the cheese.
said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy?
So I believe Clara Bow was the end of the original album. Very Claro feel.
You look like Clara Bow in this light.
Did you just say Clara?
Remarkable. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if it happened. Die if it happened to me. No one in my small town thought I'd see the lights of Manhattan. This town is fake, but you're the real thing. Breath of fresh air through smoke rings. Take the glory, give everything. Promise to be dazzling. Proud goes wild at her fingertips. Half moonshine, a full eclipse. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if I made it. Die if I made it. The crown is stained, but you're the real queen. Flesh and blood amongst war machines. You're the new god we're worshipping. Promise to be dazzling. Beauty is a beast that roars down on all fours, demanding more.
that was the end of the original album, Torture Poets Department, before the anthology. Now, I wonder if that feels like a solid closer. Like, it's a good song. I just do wonder if there was another track in that first 16 songs that would act as a better outro. Interesting. It just felt like a bit of an outlier. Also, I didn't really dive into the lyrics that much on that track, so potentially that's why I have to go back and check that one out again just to kind of hear the subject matter and if it does feel like contextually like the album could end there. But potentially there was a reason to it being the last song on the album because, whatever 12 hours or whenever it was like later, she was like, well, here's, your other 18 songs. The Alchemy and Clara Bow had that kind of lo-fi feel a little bit, like both kind of gave me a little bit of bedroom pop Claro feels, which, we're kind of getting different. We got a little bit taste of that on Midnights, but it's nice to kind of see that area explored again.
I am someone who, until recent events, you shared your secrets with, and your location you forgot to turn it off. How you don't miss me in the black dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming. Old habits die screaming.
How like intensely that synth came in is very reflective of the emotional turbulence that Taylor's going through on this record and this song.
And I may never open up the way I did for you. 6 weeks of breathing clean air, I still miss the smoke. Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? And I hope you in the black dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song.
Seemingly symbolizes that kind of that fracture and that ultimate realization that our relationship's no longer working out. Not sure whether this love of hers has been going like escaping from the relationship by going to the pub and stuff like that and kind of getting lost in this infatuation with freedom, I guess, and kind of going to the bar, just kind of escaping it.
Fly like a short skirt, the one that fits me like skin.
Yeah, really I love that lo-fi sound on this record.
You knew the price going in. And I'll tell you one thing, honey, I can tell when somebody still wants me. Come clean. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. And I'll tell you one thing, honey, I can take the upper hand and touch your body, flip the script and leave you like a dumb house party, or I might just love you till the end. I can feel it coming, humming in the way you move. Push the reset button, we're becoming something new. Say you got somebody, I'll say I got someone too. Even if it's handcuffed, I'm leaving here with you.
Wasn't my favorite track on the album. Instrumentally, just didn't grab me, but I did love the double entendre on the "I'm gonna get you back." You can kind of look at it from like a "I'm gonna get you back," like your love. I'm gonna get back your love, or the other side of it being "I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get revenge." So it was good play on words there, and it worked well in the chorus.
Wise men once said, wild winds are death to the candle, rose by any other destroy you. Wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden, one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. And when that sky rains fire on you.
Oh, right. The bridges are so good. They're just, you know, this is a classic Taylor Swift bridge, right?
I'll tell you how I've been there too, and that none of it matters.
Really enjoyed the concept of that song. Reading through some things as I listened to that track. Now, there's a, you know, when I was like, you know, I'm an albatross, I was like, well, she's the albatross, she's here to destroy you. I was like, albatross, isn't that like a bird? Very random. But then I looked into it a bit and looks like there was an old poem about some sailor who killed this albatross and like an innocent albatross, and that albatross then cursed him and his crew, and he had to wear the dead albatross on his neck for the rest of his life as a sign of regret for what he did, and you know, knowing and recognizing that he's now cursed. So reading it through kind of talks about seemingly the media telling her then partner that Taylor is an albatross, like she's here to destroy you. You know, she's not here for real love, she's here to write a breakup album about you, right? And as the song progresses, you know, the media is telling him this, she's an albatross, she's no good, all this stuff. And then eventually he realizes that she wasn't the devil, she was actually the angel in his life. So she was actually there to protect him and be there for him and show him love. But a very interesting concept of a track. I like that. I was just very interested by the whole the albatross, so I had to look into it a bit.
Your hologram stumbled into my apartment, hands in the hair of somebody in darkness, named Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, and I just watched it happen. Just say I loved you the way that you were.
Yeah, it's rough. That is a rough thing to say in somewhere.
If you wanna tear my world apart, just say you've always wondered. And I changed into goddesses, villains and fools, changed plans and lovers and outfits and rules, all to outrun my desertion of you, and you just watched it. If you wanna break my cold, cold heart, just say I loved you the way that you were. So if I sell my apartment and you have some kids with an internet starlet, will that make your memory fade from this scarlet maroon like it never happened?
I find on even the tracks that instrumentally don't grab me as much, her storytelling is truly beautiful.
We hereby conduct this post-mortem. He was a hothouse flower to my outdoorsman. Come one, come all, it's happening again. The empathetic hunger descends. We'll tell no one except all of our friends. We must know. How did it end? Guess who we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. The deflation of our dreaming, leaving me bereft and reeling. My beloved ghost and me, sitting in a tree.
Really calm song, like really easy to just kind of close your eyes and fall into that one due to the piano and really soft-spoken nature of Taylor's vocals. So high school already. The instrumentation is very kind of nostalgic sounding with that electric guitar.
I feel so high school every time I look at you, and in the blink of a crinkling eye, I'm thinking our fingers entwined, cheeks pink in the twinkling lights. Tell me about the first time you saw me. Truth, dare, spin bottles. You know how to ball, I know Aristotle. Brand new, full throttle. Teach me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true, swear, scouts, honor. You know what she wanted, and boy, you got her. Brand new, full throttle. You already know, babe. Quick, quick, tell me something awful, like you are a poet trapped inside the body of a finance guy. Tell me all your secrets, all you'll ever be is my eternal consolation prize. I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to, the only one is mine. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. No mid-sized city hopes and small town fears. I'm there most of the year 'cause I hate it here. Everyone would look down 'cause it wasn't fun now. Seems like it was never even fun back then. Nostalgia is a mind's trick. If I'd been there, I'd hate it. It was freezing in the palace. I'm lonely, but I'm good. I'm bitter, but I swear I'm fine. I'll save all my romanticism for my inner life, and I'll get lost on purpose. This place made me feel worthless. Lucid dreams like electricity. The current flies through me, and in my fantasies I rise above it. And way up there, I actually love it. I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to, the only one is mine.
Beautiful song. I really like that one. Probably my favorite from the kind of bonus track so far. Just gave me that Folklore Evermore feeling, and I really love that era. It's probably my favorite era of Taylor Swift, and it just brought me back to that. But yeah, instrumentally, it's just beautiful. Like that soft piano that was complemented by the acoustic guitar. Just really fantastic track.
When I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tan statue of you, and it was always the same searing pain. But I dreamed that one day I could say, all that time you were throwing punches, I was building something. And I can't forgive the way you made me feel. Screamed fuck you, aIMee, to the night sky as the blood was gushing.
Is aIMee like a bully? Like a classroom bully?
And it wasn't a fair fight or a clean kill each time that aIMee stomped across my grave.
Damn. I reckon this song was about Kim Kardashian. It's because in the song title, the K, the I, and the M are capitalized.
But she used to say she wished that she were dead. I push each boulder
Wow.
up the hill. Your words are
Wow.
still just ringing in my head, ringing in my head. I wrote 1,000 songs that you find uncool. I built a legacy which you can't undo. But when I count the scars, there's a moment of truth that there wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you. I don't think you've changed much, and so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one
Wow.
day, your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is gonna know is about you. 'Cause all that time you were throwing punches, it was all for nothing.
Yeah, bang.
Out down, it looks so small from way up here. I had died the tiniest death. I spied the catch in your breath. Out, 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 out. Northbound, I got carried away as you boarded your train. South, 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 south. I look in people's windows, transfixed by rose golden glows. They have their friends over to drink nice wine. You had stopped and tilted your head. I still ponder what it meant. Now, 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 now.
This idea of the what ifs, and potentially rekindling one more time. Does that re-spark the flame? Finding that closure potentially between two of them.
Hand on the throttle, thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Oh, but it's gone again. And it was written, I got cursed like Eve got bitten. Oh, was it punishment?
Really liking the tone on this track so far.
Please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy? Cards on the table, mine play out like fools in a fable. Oh,
Always love when she does this flow. She does this flow a fair bit, and then she does it's very easy.
slow is the quicksand, poison blood from the wound of the pricked hand. Oh, still I dream of him. A greater woman stays
Nice that
cool,
guitar,
but I howl like a wolf at the moon. And I look unstable, gathered with a coven round a sorceress table. A greater woman has faith, but even statues crumble if they're made to wait. I'm so afraid I sealed my fate. No sign of soulmates, it'll be okay.
So again, this song, the idea of changing the prophecy, you know, like she had a plan and thought it was going to go one way, but it's changed. She wants to just change the prophecy. Like, why does it have to be? Why does it have to be this way? You know, kind of be the way that I was expecting it to. On these bonus tracks, I've found that I've enjoyed the more, I guess, folky, acoustic sounding ones that are giving me that ever more folklore feel. It's probably like it's not a surprise to me.
I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets there's a raging riot. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. So they filled my cell with snakes, I regret to say. Do you believe me now? They say what doesn't kill you makes you aware. What happens if it becomes who you are? So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. The family, the pure greed, the Christian chorus line, they all said nothing. Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. That they never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first. In a morning warning, no one heard.
was interested to see what that kind of like, the idea of they killed Cassandra, like what that was about. Had a look. In Cassandra, Taylor Swift explores themes of betrayal, disbelief, and isolation, using the story of Cassandra of Troy, a princess and prophetess cursed by her ex-lover Apollo to always deliver the true prophecy, but never to be believed. That was the curse. It was rough. So kind of shout out to Genius for that. I'll give a plug to Genius for helping me out, work that one out. But this idea that, Taylor was saying stories and no one else was believing her, like, it felt like she was so isolated she couldn't get any validation or trust. Okay.
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader, in closets like cedar, preserved from when we were just kids. Is it something I did? And I didn't want to calm down. I thought it was just goodbye for now. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Words from the mouths of babes, promises, oceans deep. Are you still a mind reader, a natural scene stealer? I've heard great things, Peter, but life was always easier on you than it was on me. And sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies. And I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn as the men masqueraded. I hoped you'd return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, 'cause love's never lost when perspective is earned. And you said you'd come and get me, but you were 25 and the shelf life of those fantasies has expired. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up.
Peter was a really interesting track. Reading into it, the idea of like Peter and Wendy, that idea of that lost boy trying to find himself. So they separate Peter and Wendy. And then eventually, Wendy has this idea that one day Peter will come and find her and his feet will be on the ground. He will be grounded. He will be ready. And there's a lot of that theme within that song. It's kind of like this expectation from Taylor that this version of Peter will eventually come find her and be ready. But there's also acceptance that that may not occur as well throughout the track. Kind of like a sense of acceptance that this potentially may never be the case for her, and may never be that wonderful Peter and Wendy story that they hoped for. But yeah, again, and a good example of how Taylor can, on surface level, you can be like, Peter, why is this song called Peter? But you dive into it a bit more, you actually hear the intricacies and you start to learn about the world building, and it's quite fascinating. I think if I hadn't listened or hadn't read into it, I wouldn't have been able to get as much from that song personally, just because I'm just kind of going, who's Peter? Like, it's just all these things, these questions. But having a little bit of that context actually allowed me to fall into that track a bit more, I think. And it's a case-by-case scenario. There's a couple of tracks on this album that I definitely feel like the context has helped me. Cassandra being another one very recently. Thank You, aIMee, as well, was a very interesting one to learn a little bit about potentially who that song was about.
By all accounts, she almost drowned when she was 6 in frigid water. And I can confirm she made a curious child, ever reviled by everyone except her own father. With a quite bewitching face, started with a kiss, oh we must stop beating like this. But it always ends up with a town car speeding out the drive one evening. And it with the slam of a door, then he'll call her a whore. Wish he wouldn't be sore, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing. He was a cat, wanted her bad, just like any good trophy hunter. And she liked the way it tastes, taming a bear, making him care, watching him jump, then pulling him under. All her fucking lives flashed before her eyes. It feels like the time she fell through the ice. Started with a kiss, oh we must stop meeting like this, but it always ends up with a town car speeding out the drive one evening. And then with the slam of a door, but she's got the best stories. You can be sure that as she was leaving, it felt like freedom.
Bonus tracks have been very acoustic feeling, like less lo-fi than the original 16 tracks.
Long may you reign, you're an animal, you are bloodthirsty. Strings tied to levers, slowed down clocks, tethered, all this showmanship to keep it for you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher, wilder and lighter for you. Covered in mud, you look ridiculous, and you have no idea. Buried down deep and out of your reach, the secret we all vowed to keep it from you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher.
Alrighty, we are up to the final track of the Tortured Poets Department, the Anthology. 31 tracks. It's quite a long double hour. It's huge. 2 hours and 2 minutes. I feel like I'm quite glad that I've kind of stopped and kind of periodically listen to this project. I think if I tried to listen to this all at once, it probably would have been a bit too much personally, just for my ability to focus and enjoy the soundscapes and the story she's telling. Keen to get into this last track, see what the manuscript's about, and then we'll have a quick chat about the album as a whole. Okay, we like that's a good start.
They compared their licenses. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'd give you my heart if you needed it. She rolled her eyes and said, you're a professional. He said, no, just a good Samaritan. He said that if the sex was half as good as the conversation was, soon they'd be pushing strollers. But soon it was over. Then she dated boys who were her own age, with dartboards on the backs of their doors. She thought about how he said, since she was so wise beyond her years, everything had been above board. She wasn't sure. Said you're right, what you know, looking back. your slow dance was alight with the sparks, and the tears fell in synchronicity with the score. And at last, she knew what the agony had been for. The only thing that's left is the manuscript, one last souvenir from my trip to your shores. Now and then I reread the manuscript, but the story isn't mine anymore.
Probably the most candid, vulnerable album I've heard from Taylor, and that song kind of encapsulates that. The Manuscript being a very vulnerable, almost like acceptance piece, almost kind of, yeah, sitting with the acceptance that, you know, chapter is complete. I think it would have been wild for Taylor Swift fans when 2 hours after The Tortured Poets came out, another 17 or so tracks just randomly dropped and the anthology was released 2 hours later. It's pretty cool. I think for me, I really enjoyed the first 17 tracks. The first like 9 or so songs of this album, I truly adore. You can see, you know, from this album, you know, where she is at now with Travis Kelce and the Eras tour finishing up. Like she's had some crazy run as of late, and I truly hope that she can take some time to, you know, just enjoy and you know, when she does come back to touring and making music again, that, you know, she's taken that time. I don't think there's ever a world where Taylor Swift isn't making music, because it's definitely like it's in her blood. It's very obvious it's in her blood. And while being one of the most popular artists in the entire world, she also still gets a lot of hate, you know, so she goes through it a fair bit. So, you know, shout out to Taylor Swift for, you know, consistently rocking with her fans and putting out music that, you know, they can really connect to. You know, not everything that Taylor Swift releases connects to me, and I was very, very intrigued as Midnight's had moments that really grabbed me, but there was moments that just really lost me. And the point I made earlier in this reaction is I really appreciate when the instrumentation backs and matches her storytelling abilities. And I felt like for a good chunk of this album, there was a lot of that. And I was really pleased and really stoked to feel that. I got to go back to those first 9 songs because they really are, you know, some of my favorites. I really love Fortnight. It's a great track, and I enjoyed Post Malone's input to that song. Down Bad, another great track that is so catchy and so easy to fall into. So Long London, it's still going to take a bit of time, but could be in my top 3 Taylor Swift songs of all time. Very early claims I was going, oh, this could be my favorite Taylor Swift song ever. I think it's way too early for me to say that, but it's a truly incredible track that just that lo-fi feel, it just did wonders for me. It was a fantastic song. Guilty as Sin, another really great track. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, Fresh Out the Slammer. Like there is the first like 10 songs, 9-10 songs, just unreal. But yeah, if you liked what you saw and wanted to see more, hit the subscribe button, join the community. We listen to a wide range of music on the channel. It's something I'm really proud of and love to do, is check out new music from different artists, old music from incredible artists of years gone by. And I'll always try diverse my sounds and keep learning. So yeah, that was The Tortured Poets Department, the anthology by Taylor Swift. My name is Caveman Jack. Take care, everybody, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.